Hello everyone, welcome back to another comic book review. Today we're going to be reviewing Saban's Go-Go Power Rangers issue number 8. And this cover looks really cool. It's a Shattered Grid prelude, so here we go. So this issue opens up a little over 10,000 years ago again, and this is on Gritton's 4. And we see basically Goldar a long time ago before he was working with Empress Rita, basically fighting off these monsters, and then he goes to attack Rita, and then Rita already knows that Goldar is a spy because Lord Zedd's been sending a bunch of spies to spy on Rita, and basically she says, you want to be on Rita, you want to be on my side or be on Lord Zedd's side, who cut off your brother's head, for just asking a question. And then Goldar goes to Rita's side, and now he's another henchman of Rita. So then we go back to present time, where at the homecoming dance, that Super Putty, basically from the last episode, I'm just gonna call him the Munster because he's not a normal putty, but the one who was it was the person who was impersonating Matt, and he became that putty guy with a bunch of different faces. I'm just gonna call him a Munster. So the Rangers are attacking the Munster, and the Munster's punching them, beating them up, and basically the Munster is he basically is like Venom from Spider-Man. He can transform into a bunch of different kinds, so he can transform into a Power Ranger. So that's what he does. He transforms into the Black Ranger and fights Zack, as Zack's the Black Ranger as well. And the Rangers are trying to fight him and beat him up, but the putty knows all their moves from learning who they were when he was fake Matt. So he turns into the Red Ranger, attacks Trini. He turns into the Blue Ranger, attacks Billy, and then he says, "I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt you. I'm just sorry. I'll stop." And then Kimberly doesn't care, and Kimberly tries to attack him, and then she hits her on the ground. She's like, I'm sorry. But then Rita tells the Munster to basically stop going easy on them, destroy them. But he's like, no, I don't want to. I can't. And then Rita gets really mad and says, and she tells her henchmen, next time make the putties stupid and dumb so they won't have feelings for anybody. And then she uses her powers to control the Munster, and then now she's in control of the Munster, and she makes the Rangers clear of that. She says, I'll finish the Rangers myself. And then she basically makes the Munster really big, and the Rangers go into their Zords and go into their Megazord to attack this Munster. And they're over here fighting the Munster, but then the Munster turns into a Megazord as well. And then he's basically fighting them, but the Rangers in their Megazord have no chance against them. And basically Zordon and Alpha are talking about how they have their abilities and their defense abilities and all this stuff, that the Munster basically has everything they have plus more. So then Billy says that the Munster can only turn into one form at one time. So if we separate into different Zords, he can't turn into all of us at the same time. So then everybody splits apart and turns into different Zords. And then we see Zack and his Mastodon basically attacking the Munster Megazord, and then Billy uses his chains to attack the Munster Megazord as well, but it's not working. The Rangers are getting destroyed and getting hurt, as we see Jason in his Tyrannosaurus Zord hit him with his finish move, but it doesn't work. And then Kimberly comes in her Zord, her Pterodactyl Zord, and says, next time you mess with my family, I'll hurt you and I'll split you into two, Rita, like this Munster. Then she blows up the Munster and destroys the Munster, and Kimberly saves the day. And then it goes to where the Rangers are with Zordon, and they're basically talking to Billy at the command center about how if it wasn't for him knowing that they needed to split up and be different Zords, they wouldn't be able to fight. So that's why they still need Billy on the team, but Billy still has his doubts. But then Jason tells Billy, you shouldn't have your doubts, you're okay, you'll get through this. And then Billy agrees and says, yes, I will. But still, I'm not sure if I should be part of his team. Then we go to Angel Grove High School, where Bulk is trying to talk to his date, but his date tells him, you made a scene, so leave me alone. I don't want to be with you anymore. You embarrass me if I hang out with you. So then she walks away, and then Skull decides to ditch his date because he wants to stick with his friend and be single with his friend. So if his friend's sad, Skull doesn't want to be happy, so he says, I don't care about that girl anymore, and I don't care about her poems and stuff. And then Jason goes up to Trini to talk about her crush, but then Trini lies to Jason and says, whatever the fake Matt said is a lie. He just tried to split us apart. And he's like, we should just be friends, when Trini knows she doesn't want to be friends with Jason, but it's best for the team, because if they're dating, it might split up the team and harm the team. So Trini says, let's just be friends, Jason, and Jason agrees to that. Then we go to Billy's house, where his dad finds this VR headset from the internship that he had for the internship, and he says, "Why'd you throw it away?" And Billy's like, "I don't want that job anymore." And his dad says, "Okay, I understand." He's like, "But we should throw away this VR helmet and buy samurai or sell and get a samurai sword." Then we go to Matt's house where Zach and Kimberly are talking to his mom about, is Matt okay? But then his mom's like, "Matt's not okay. After the abduction, he lost some memory and he's really scared and paranoid about everything now." And then we go to a couple days later where they're at the youth center, and we see Zach working out, and we see Kimberly doing flips and stuff like that. And he's like, "Are you sure Matt will be okay?" And Kimberly's like, "I just need to concentrate on my gymnastics, so leave me alone." And then we see in this dark room, we see this dark crystal and then this pink hand. And then on the next page, we see that the pink hand was actually a pink ranger, but it looks like a pink ranger from a different universe holding this thing. And in the background, we see this other person who looks like one of Rita's henchmen. And then the pink ranger telling the person that this different pink ranger, might be Kimberly, I don't know. It looks like a pink ranger from a different universe, because this pink ranger doesn't have the same suit that Kimberly wears. So that's why it looks different. So this different dimension, I'm just going to say different dimension. This different dimension pink ranger tells the person that's behind her, "I'm bringing our Lord back to us." So, yeah, to be continued. So this says Shattered Grid. So this is going to basically, it's going to cross over with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So I'm going to be reviewing the comics in reading order. So when it's time to read the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comics, I'll take a break from this and then go back to this after I'm done reading the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comics. So I'm just going to go in chronological reading order of this Power Rangers comic books. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go like, comment, subscribe, and if you like, it's all. Goodbye.